Hello everybody, this is the Goofsome Fox coming at you with a new testing video here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the high mobility Zaku ground type. That's going to be the Alma custom version from Mobile Suit Gundam Code Fairy, and this is also going to be the level 2 400 cost variant, and yeah, we'll jump right into it here. So Alma's Zaku is a 400 cost raid at level 2, it's a native to 350. It is a ground exclusive raid type, and for your stats here you do have 15,000 HP, you have 16 ballistic, 12 beam, and 14 melee resistance, you have 13 range strength, 29 melee strength, 130 movement speed, 190 top speed, 65 thruster gauge, and 57 turning speed. For your part slots, you have 17 close, 7 mid, and 4 long range slots. Being a raid, you do have a melee priority of 3. It has ground compatibility, and it is a 2-star. And looking at weapons here, you have the Rakuten Bazooka as your main primary. You can also switch that out for the MMP-78 machine gun with grenade launcher. You have the Heat Sword as your main melee weapon. This is the same melee Heat Sword that the Goof uses. You have a head-mounted Vulcan that is 52 power, 30 ammo, and 150 range. You have the Arm Missile Pod that is 315 power, 12 ammo, and 250 range. And then you have a shotgun. This is going to be 157 power per a pellet. You have 3 ammo and 150 range. And yep, that is pretty much your standard shotgun there. Or I should say Xeon shotgun for proper clarification. For our skills here, we have offense system, emergency evasion system, so you do have a dodge roll. You have maneuver armor as well. You have high performance balancer. Melee combo controller level 1, so you only have 2 melee swings with this suit here. You have anti-blast stabilizer, and then you have assault booster. And yep, just gonna have the explanation up here. This tells you everything you need to know about Alma's Zaku here. Again, this is from a Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation Code Fairy. And yeah, without further ado, let's take it to port base and see what we are working with here. Yeah, we do have some other new Zakus that released, those being the Zaku Machinery, I believe is what it's called, and we do have 2 variants as well. So one looks like it is a pilot-specific one, but yeah, I didn't get any of those from my pool, but I did pull this Zaku here, so that's the one we are going to take a look at. And for the most part, mobility looks like it is pretty decent for what it is here. The suit actually looks pretty tall compared to the Gundam. Maybe just a lot of bulk on it, but starting off with the Rakuten Bazooka here. And yeah, almost 14,000 against a general, not too bad. That's going to get you an instant stun as well. That's actually, okay, some pretty decent damage, almost 2,400 against a sport. Looking at the Heat Sword here, that's a pretty interesting, I don't think that's the typical neutral swing that Heat Sword suits tend to have, at least not to my memory. I could be mistaken though. And then the downswing, you do have a double slash. So we'll start off with the support here, go for the neutral. And yep, double slash does do some pretty decent damage. Looks like you can follow up at least the first swing, but you might not get as much damage than if you would just go for the neutral swing instead. So try a neutral. Actually, that just destroyed the support, so that really didn't help me on that front. So we'll move on to the other weapons then. Start with the Vulcans. And yep, seems like those are some pretty standard Vulcans. Looks like they have a pretty decent stun accumulation though. We have the Arm Missile Pod. That actually has some really good stun, and they fire fairly quickly as well. And then we have the shotgun, and yep, that's going to be a instant stun if enough of the pellets hit. And this should also go through maneuver armor as well. So yeah, on a neutral, like over 3,000, that's pretty good. Let's do just a downswing. And yeah, over 5,000 against the mass production gun cannon. That is some pretty good damage there. Now we'll do some damage stats against the prototype Gundam here. I'll start off with the bazooka. And it looks like some pretty standard damage. And yeah, even your melee can still do some pretty decent damage by the looks of it here. I'll wait for the iframes to disappear so we can move to the Vulcans. And 49 damage, not a whole lot, but if you pair that with the missiles, yeah, you can just use 3 of your missiles to get a stun. How many of these does it take total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 7 missiles by themselves will get you a stun, so pretty good overall there. Let's get a dodge roll. And yep, you got a dodge roll. You should also have the sped up jump that most raids tend to have nowadays. Actually, I think all raids actually have this. So yeah, do have a quickened jump there, which you can use to get to supports in higher locations. And yeah, aside from that, I don't think there's really too much I can particularly say about this suit. A lot of what you see is pretty much what you get here. You do have 2 instant stuns though, if you're using the Rakuten bazooka, so that is a nice benefit there. Also with the missiles being good accumulation, you can use that to your advantage as well. The Vulcans do feel pretty standard, and of course being a raid built the way it is, your strong suit is definitely going to be the melee that this suit has. Let's see, even against the Gundam, like a little over 3,000 damage, and then like almost 2,000 on a neutral. So yeah, still able to hold pretty well on its own, it looks like. The weird thing that's going to be about this is going to be using it at 400. I think I've said it before with the Code Fairy suits. It's pretty weird to really talk about these without having without having any experience with the native versions of them. But I still try to see if I can get at least a decent experience with them. And from what I'm seeing here, this does look like it will work well enough at 400 with what it has at least. Again, 2 instant stuns, some pretty good melee, and then you also have those rockets, the missile pod. Yeah, all what I'm seeing here does look like it's going to be pretty good. And you do have a dodge roll as well, and maneuver armor, so you do have a few ways to at least keep yourself from getting stun locked, it seems. But yeah, that's going to do it for this testing video here. Comment down below what you think about the Alma Zaku here. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Later.